Hello students. Today we discussed about the second part of steroids effects on growth and development in plants. Steroids were originally discovered as growth promoting substances isolated from pollen, and their role as plant hormones was confirmed in studies of photomorphogenesis. Since their discovery, it has been shown that steroids are involved in a wide range of developmental processes that include fiber development in cotton, development of lateral roots, maintenance of apical dominance, vascular differentiation, and pollen tube growth. Steroids are also involved in plant defense, seed germination, and leaf senescence. Much remains to be learned about the physiological roles of steroids in development. We discussed about this some better understood of steroid responses, including shoot and root growth, vascular differentiation, pollen tube elongation, and seed germination. Steroids promote both cell expansion and cell division in shoots. The growth promoting effects of steroids are reflected in acceleration of both cell elongation and cell division. These were first characterized using the Bean's second internode biopsy. The rice leaf lamina inclination biopsy is dependent on BR induced cell expansion. Lamina inclination resembles to the apinesty caused by ethylene. In response to steroids, the cells on the adaxial surface of the leaf near the joint region expand more than the cells of the abaxial surface, causing vertically oriented leaf to bend outward. An increase in cell wall loosening is required for BL induced cell expansion on the adaxial side of the leaf. In genetic studies, the dwarf phenotype of BR mutants strongly demonstrated the requirement of steroids for normal plant growth. Microscopic examination of leaves from BR deficient mutants showed not only smaller cell size but also fewer cell size in the leaf blade when compared to wild type leaves, indicating that steroids are an important class of growth hormones in shoots. Therefore, it is not surprising that overexpression of the steroid biosynthetic gene DWF4 results in elevated levels of endogenous steroids and causes an increase in plant size. Indeed, one of the prominent characteristics of steroids, the Bean second internode biopsy, is its promotion of both cell elongation and cell proliferation. The stimulatory effect of steroids on growth is most pronounced in young growing shoot tissues. Kinetics of cell expansion in response to nanomolar concentrations. In contrast, auxin stimulates elongation after a 15-minute lag time and reaches a maximum rate within 45 minutes. These results suggest that the growth responses to steroids may involve a slower pathway involving gene transcription, whereas the rapid response to auxin may not require gene transcription. Brasinosteroids both promote and inhibit the root growth. The phenotypes of brasinosteroid deficient mutants, which typically exhibit reduced root growth, suggest that brasinosteroids are required for normal root elongation. However, like auxin exogenously applied, brasinosteroids may have positive or negative effect on root growth, depending on the concentration. When applied exogenously, brasinosteroids promote root growth at lower concentration and inhibit root growth at higher concentration. The threshold concentration for inhibition depends on the activity of the brasinosteroids along used. Brasinosteroids are required for the growth of pollen tubes. Pollen is a rich source of brasinosteroids, so it is not surprising that brasinosteroids are important for male fertility. BR has been shown to promote the growth of the pollen tube from the stigma through the style to the embryo sac. Example, in the BR deficient Arabidopsis mutant, pollen tubes fail to elongate after germination on the stigma, and pollen tube elongation was to be partially dependent on BR application. Reduced male fertility has also been attributed to a discrepancy in the heights of the stamens versus the pistil. The Arabidopsis dwarf mutant is BR deficient and its cells fail to elongate. The stamens of the flower are also shorter than those of the wild type. Because Arabidopsis is self-pollinating and shorter filaments of dwarf stamens results in less pollen being deposited on the stigmatic surface. Brasinosteroids and seed germination. It also promotes seed germination. Seeds like pollen grains contains very high levels of brasinosteroids and promote seed germination as well. Brasinosteroids promote seed germination by interacting with other plant hormones, although the molecular basis for these interactions is not known. It is well established that gibberellic acid and abscisic acid play positive and negative roles respectively in stimulating seed germination. Brasinosteroids can enhance germination of tobacco seeds independent of GS signaling. Moreover, brasinosteroids can rescue the delayed germination phenotype of both gibberellic acid deficient and gibberellic acid perception mutants, and brasinosteroids mutants are more sensitive to the inhibition by abscisic acid than the wild type. Thus, brasinosteroids can stimulate germination and are needed to overcome the inhibitory effect of abscisic acid. As brasinosteroids are known to stimulate cell expansion and cell division, it is likely that brasinosteroids facilitate germination by stimulating the growth of the hormone, so it promotes seed germination in plants, and it helps in development of pollen tube also, and it promotes the cell division and cell elongation both developmental process in plants is finished. Thank you, students.